Ladies and gentlemen, the world we live in today is filled with uncertainties. New challenges arise, fears grip our hearts, and many feel lost in the noise of life. But let me tell you this, there is one thing that remains unchanged, the responsibility you have to yourself. You owe it to you to rise above fear, to seek truth, and to walk in faith. Personal responsibility is one of the most important aspects of life, shaping our character, decisions, and future. It is the understanding that we are accountable for our actions, our choices, and the direction of our lives. Many people go through life looking for someone else to blame when things go wrong. They blame their circumstances, their upbringing, the government, or even God. But the truth is, no matter where we come from or what we face, we have been given the ability to choose how we respond. This is the essence of personal responsibility. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that we are not merely victims of our environment or past mistakes. It is easy to say, I am this way because of what happened to me, but that mindset keeps people stuck. True freedom comes when we recognize that while we may not control everything that happens to us, we do control how we react and what we do moving forward. Responsibility does not mean ignoring past pain or difficulties, but it does mean refusing to let them define our future. Many people have come from difficult situations and still risen above them. Their secret was not luck or privilege, but the decision to take ownership of their lives. Every day we make choices that shape our destiny. Some choices seem small, like how we spend our time or what words we speak, while others are bigger, like how we handle conflict or pursue our dreams. However, all choices have consequences. When we take responsibility for our actions, we begin to understand that where we are today is a result of the choices we made yesterday. This realization can be sobering, but it is also empowering. If our choices have led us here, then better choices can lead us somewhere greater. Many people desire success, but are unwilling to take responsibility for the discipline and effort it requires. They want financial security, but do not want to manage their money wisely. They want strong relationships, but refuse to change their attitudes or be accountable for their words and actions. They want a closer relationship with God, but do not invest time in prayer, study, or obedience. This mindset leads to frustration because people are waiting for change without taking the necessary steps to bring it about. The truth is, no one else is responsible for our growth, success, or faith. Only we are. Taking personal responsibility also means refusing to make excuses. Excuses are one of the biggest barriers to growth. They sound reasonable, but they hold us back. People say, I don't have enough time, I'm too old, I don't have the right opportunities, or I'm just not lucky. These statements remove personal responsibility and place the blame on external factors. However, history is full of people who overcame disadvantages, setbacks, and struggles to achieve greatness. The difference was their willingness to take responsibility for their lives instead of waiting for circumstances to change. Another aspect of personal responsibility is integrity. It is easy to do the right thing when others are watching, but true responsibility means being honest and upright even when no one else sees. It means keeping our commitments, being faithful in our work, and treating others with respect, even when we do not feel like it. The world needs people who are reliable, trustworthy, and willing to take ownership of their words and actions. Responsibility is not just about what we do for ourselves, but how we impact those around us. Personal responsibility leads to a life of fulfillment and peace. When we take control of our actions, we no longer feel powerless. We stop blaming others and start building solutions. We stop waiting for the perfect opportunity and start creating one. We stop making excuses and start taking steps toward the life we were meant to live. Personal responsibility is not always easy, but it is always worth it. It is the foundation of a strong character, a successful life, and a meaningful relationship with God. Faith in uncertain times is one of the greatest strengths a person can have. The world is filled with challenges, and every generation faces its own struggles. Wars, economic crises, natural disasters, personal hardships, and unexpected trials can shake even the strongest among us. In moments like these, fear and doubt try to take control. Many people feel overwhelmed, unsure of what tomorrow will bring, and question whether they have the strength to keep going. But faith is the anchor that holds us firm when everything around us seems unstable. It is not based on circumstances, but on the unchanging truth that God is in control. Uncertainty can make people anxious, but faith reminds us that we are not alone. When we trust in God, we do not have to fear the unknown. The world may change, but He does not. His promises remain, His love is constant, and His plans are higher than ours. Faith does not mean ignoring reality or pretending difficulties do not exist. It means looking beyond them and believing that there is a greater purpose even in the midst of struggle. It is easy to have faith when everything is going well, but true faith is tested and proven in times of uncertainty. Fear often whispers that the worst will happen, that we are not strong enough, or that we are alone in our struggles. But faith speaks a different message. It reminds us that even when we do not see the full picture, God is working behind the scenes. He has led people through storms before, and He will do it again. The Bible is filled with stories of individuals who faced impossible situations, but chose faith over fear. They did not know how things would turn out, but they trusted that God would make a way. That same faith is available to us today. Doubt tries to weaken our trust in God, especially when prayers seem unanswered or when difficulties last longer than expected. In these moments, faith requires persistence. It is a choice to keep believing even when circumstances do not immediately change. Just as a seed takes time to grow into a tree, faith must be nurtured through prayer, worship, and the study of God's Word. When we fill our hearts with His truth, we silence the voices of fear and strengthen our confidence in His plan. Uncertain times often reveal where we have placed our trust. If our security is in money, possessions, or human strength, we will feel shaken when those things are threatened. But when our foundation is in God, we can stand firm. The world cannot offer lasting peace, but faith in God provides a peace that goes beyond understanding. This peace is not dependent on what is happening around us, but on the assurance that He is in control, that He loves us, and that He will never leave us. Faith in uncertain times also requires action. It is not passive, but active trust in God's guidance. It means moving forward even when we cannot see the full path. It means stepping out in obedience even when the future is unclear. Faith does not always remove challenges, but it gives us the strength to face them with confidence. It turns our focus from what is uncertain to the one who is unchanging. In every generation, people have faced uncertainty. Yet those who placed their faith in God found hope, strength, and victory. The same is true today. No matter what difficulties arise, faith remains our greatest weapon against fear. It reminds us that God is greater than any problem, that His promises are true, and that our future is secure in His hands. Fear and doubt are two of the most powerful forces that can hold a person back from living a full and purposeful life. They creep into the mind, whispering uncertainty and hesitation, making even the strongest individuals question their abilities, their worth, and their future. Fear paralyzes, preventing action, while doubt weakens confidence, making every step forward feel uncertain. These two forces work together to keep people trapped in cycles of hesitation, insecurity, and missed opportunities. However, they do not have to define or control a person's life. Overcoming fear and doubt is possible when faith replaces uncertainty. Courage takes the place of hesitation, and truth silences the lies that fear and doubt often bring. Fear often begins with a thought, a what if, that spirals into worry and anxiety. It creates images of failure, rejection, or disaster, making even small challenges seem impossible to overcome. Fear magnifies the unknown, making it appear larger than reality. It makes people avoid risks, hold back from opportunities, and stay within the comfort of the familiar, even when they know they are meant for something greater. The problem with fear is that it is not always based on truth. Many times what people fear never actually happens. Yet by allowing fear to control decisions, they live restricted lives, missing out on the growth and blessings that come from stepping forward in faith. Doubt is closely linked to fear because it causes people to question their abilities, their worth, and even their purpose. It whispers that they are not good enough, that they will fail, or that they are not meant for success. Doubt creates hesitation, making people second-guess every decision and delay taking action. It tells them they are not smart enough, not strong enough, not experienced enough. The more a person listens to doubt, the more they believe it, and the more they hold back from pursuing their calling. The truth is, no one is perfect, and no one has everything figured out before they start. Overcoming doubt means recognizing that growth happens through action, not perfection. It means trusting that even with weaknesses and imperfections, there is a purpose to fulfill and a path to walk. One of the most effective ways to overcome fear and doubt is through faith. Faith is the belief in something greater than fear, the confidence that even when things are uncertain, there is a purpose and a plan. Faith shifts the focus from what could go wrong to what is possible. It reminds people that they are not alone, that they have been given strength, wisdom, and purpose, and that they are capable of more than they think. Faith does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending fear does not exist, but it means choosing to trust in something greater than the fear itself. When fear says, "You can't," faith responds, "With God, all things are possible." Another key to overcoming fear and doubt is action. Fear thrives in inactivity, and doubt grows stronger when no steps are taken. The longer a person waits, the more fear and doubt take root. But when even small steps are taken, confidence begins to build. Each time a person faces fear and moves forward anyway, fear loses its grip. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is moving forward despite fear. Confidence is not the absence of doubt, it is choosing to trust and take action even when doubts try to hold back. Fear and doubt may never fully disappear, but they do not have to control decisions or limit potential. The key to overcoming them is to replace them with faith, truth, and action. Instead of listening to the voice of fear, one can choose to listen to the voice of truth that says, "You are strong enough, you are capable, and you are not alone." By stepping forward despite fear, by trusting despite doubt, and by taking action even when uncertain, true growth and transformation take place. Fear and doubt lose their power the moment they are no longer given control. Life is too short to be lived in hesitation, and purpose is too great to be held back by uncertainty. The choice to overcome fear and doubt is a choice to live fully, boldly, and with faith in what is possible. Living with purpose is one of the most fulfilling ways a person can experience life. It means waking up each day with a sense of direction, knowing that every action and decision contributes to something greater. A life without purpose feels empty, filled with routine but lacking meaning. Many people drift through life without a clear understanding of why they are here or what they are meant to do. They chase success, wealth, and approval, only to find that these things do not bring lasting fulfillment. True purpose is not found in temporary achievements, but in aligning one's life with something meaningful and eternal. It is the driving force that turns ordinary days into extraordinary opportunities to make a difference. Finding purpose begins with understanding that every person is created for a reason. No one is here by accident, and no life is without value. Purpose is not just about what a person does, but about who they are becoming. It is about living in a way that reflects the gifts, talents, and passions that have been placed within. Many people spend years searching for their purpose, thinking it is something distant and difficult to find, but often purpose is already present. It is woven into the things that bring joy, the struggles that have been overcome, and the desires that stir the heart. Paying attention to what inspires and moves the soul can provide clues to one's true calling. One of the greatest obstacles to living with purpose is distraction. The world is full of voices telling people what they should do, how they should live, and what success looks like. Social media, culture, and expectations from others can pull a person in different directions, making it difficult to focus on what truly matters. Without clarity, it is easy to waste time chasing things that do not align with one's true purpose. Living with purpose requires intentionality. It means making conscious choices that align with values and goals rather than simply following the crowd. It means being willing to say no to what does not contribute to the greater vision for life and saying yes to what brings true fulfillment. Another challenge to living with purpose is fear. Many people know deep down what they are called to do, but hesitate because they fear failure, rejection, or uncertainty. Purpose often requires stepping out of comfort zones and taking risks. It demands faith to move forward, even when the path is not entirely clear. Fear will always try to hold people back, but purpose gives the courage to push through. Those who live with purpose understand that challenges will come, but they do not allow those challenges to define or stop them. They see obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than reasons to quit. Living with purpose also means serving others. A life centered only on personal success and achievements is empty. True purpose is found in making a difference in the lives of others. It is about using gifts and abilities to bring hope, encouragement, and change to the world, whether through kindness, leadership, creativity, or hard work. Every person has the ability to impact those around them. Purpose is not just about personal fulfillment, but about contributing to something greater than oneself. The most meaningful lives are those that are lived for more than just personal gain. Living with purpose requires persistence. It is not a one-time decision, but a daily commitment to stay focused, push forward, and keep believing even when difficulties arise. It is about staying faithful in the small things, knowing that every step taken with intention leads closer to the fulfillment of the greater calling. It means trusting that every experience, every struggle, and every victory is shaping and preparing for what is ahead. Those who live with purpose do not waste time waiting for the perfect moment to begin. They start where they are with what they have and trust that the path will unfold as they move forward. A purposeful life is not measured by status, wealth, or recognition, but by the impact it leaves behind. It is a life that embraces meaning over convenience, faith over fear, and service over self-interest. Living with purpose brings fulfillment, direction, and a deep sense of joy that cannot be found anywhere else. It transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary and gives every day a reason to be lived with passion and intention. Moral and spiritual strength are essential in a world that constantly challenges values, integrity, and faith. Without a strong moral foundation, people become easily influenced by shifting cultural trends, temporary pleasures, and self-centered ambitions. Without spiritual strength, they struggle to find peace, direction, and the ability to stand firm in difficult times. Both moral and spiritual strength work together to shape character, guide decisions, and provide the endurance needed to navigate life's trials. These qualities are not developed overnight, but are built through discipline, faith, and a commitment to living with integrity. Moral strength is the ability to stand for what is right, even when it is difficult. In a world where right and wrong are often blurred, it takes courage to remain firm in convictions. Many people compromise their values for approval, success, or convenience, believing that a small compromise will not matter. However, each decision either strengthens or weakens moral character. A person who constantly gives in to pressure will eventually find themselves far from the principles they once held. Moral strength is not just about knowing what is right, but choosing to do what is right regardless of the consequences. It requires honesty, humility, and a commitment to truth. Those who possess it do not allow their values to change based on circumstances, but remain steadfast in their beliefs. Spiritual strength is just as important because it provides the foundation for moral strength. Without a deep spiritual connection, morality becomes based on personal opinions rather than eternal truths. Spiritual strength comes from a relationship with God, the study of His Word, and a life of prayer and faith. It is what gives people the ability to endure hardships, resist temptation, and find peace in the midst of chaos. Life is full of challenges that test faith and character, and without spiritual strength, it is easy to become discouraged, confused, or overwhelmed. When difficulties arise, many people search for temporary solutions, distractions, material possessions, or worldly success, only to find that these things do not provide lasting fulfillment. Spiritual strength, however, offers a deep and unshakable foundation that sustains a person no matter what they face. The need for moral and spiritual strength is evident in every aspect of life. In families, it is needed to raise children with integrity, love, and discipline. In communities, it is needed to create a society built on justice, kindness, and mutual respect. In personal lives, it is needed to make wise choices, build healthy relationships, and pursue a path of righteousness. Those who lack these qualities often find themselves making decisions based on emotions, peer pressure, or short-term gain, which can lead to regret and hardship. On the other hand, those who develop moral and spiritual strength are able to stand firm, make wise choices, and positively influence those around them. One of the greatest challenges to maintaining moral and spiritual strength is the pressure to conform to the world's standards. Society often promotes ideas that contradict faith and integrity, making it difficult to hold on to values without being criticized or ridiculed. Many people struggle with the fear of standing alone, worrying that their beliefs will set them apart. However, true strength is demonstrated by those who choose to remain faithful even in the face of opposition. The world does not need more people who simply follow the crowd. It needs individuals who are willing to lead with conviction, live with integrity, and inspire others to do the same. Building moral and spiritual strength requires effort, just like physical strength. It must be exercised daily through choices, discipline, and trust in God. It grows stronger each time a person chooses truth over deception, faith over fear, and righteousness over compromise. Those who invest in their moral and spiritual well-being will find that they are not easily shaken, that they have the wisdom to navigate life's challenges, and that they experience a peace that cannot be found anywhere else. In a world that is constantly changing, moral and spiritual strength remain as unshakable anchors that provide stability, direction, and a life of true purpose. A call to action is more than just an invitation. It is a challenge to rise above complacency, to take responsibility, and to make a difference. In a world filled with uncertainty, struggles, and distractions, it is easy to remain passive, waiting for someone else to bring change. However, waiting does not lead to progress. Every great movement, every transformation, and every breakthrough has begun when individuals decided to take action instead of standing still. The responsibility to act does not belong only to leaders or those in positions of influence. It belongs to every individual who desires a life of meaning and purpose. Action is the bridge between ideas and results, between dreams and reality, between hope and fulfillment. Many people have good intentions but hesitate when it comes to taking action. Fear of failure, doubt in their abilities, or the belief that their efforts will not make a difference often keep them from moving forward. However, action is not about perfection. It is about willingness. No one ever starts with all the answers or with everything figured out. What matters is the decision to take the first step, to do something instead of nothing, and to trust that growth happens in the process. Progress is not made by those who wait for the perfect moment, but by those who seize the moment they have. Even small actions taken consistently lead to significant change over time. Taking action requires a shift in mindset. Many people believe that problems are too big, that they are too small to make an impact, or that someone else will handle the situation. This mindset leads to stagnation and a world where potential is wasted. The truth is, no action is too small when done with purpose. One act of kindness, one step of faith, one decision to stand for what is right can create a ripple effect that influences countless others. The world has been changed not by those who hesitated, but by those who were willing to step out in courage even when the odds were against them. There will always be obstacles in the way of action. Challenges, discouragement, and resistance are part of the journey. However, action is what overcomes these barriers. Fear loses its power when it is faced head-on. Doubt disappears when steps are taken despite uncertainty. Strength is developed not in avoiding challenges, but in confronting them with determination. Every person who has achieved something worthwhile has faced difficulties, but their success came because they refused to let obstacles stop them. Instead of waiting for everything to be easy, those who take action understand that struggle is part of growth and that perseverance leads to victory. Action also requires a sense of urgency. Time is one of the most valuable resources, yet it is often wasted on things that do not matter. Every day that passes is a day that could have been used to make a difference, to grow, to improve, and to help others. Procrastination is the enemy of progress, and delay often leads to regret. The time to act is not tomorrow, not when circumstances are perfect, not when everything is convenient, but now. Opportunities are lost when people hesitate, but those who step forward, even when they feel unprepared, find that doors open and paths are made clear as they move forward. A call to action is not just about personal success, it is about responsibility. Every person has been given gifts, talents, and opportunities, not just for themselves, but to be a blessing to others. There are people waiting for encouragement, communities needing change, and problems that require solutions. The world does not change by passive observation, but by those who are willing to step up, take responsibility, and do the work. Action is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Those who answer the call find that their lives become more meaningful, their faith grows stronger, and their impact lasts far beyond themselves. The choice to act is the choice to live with purpose, courage, and the commitment to make a difference. As we stand at this moment of decision, the choice is clear. Remain in comfort and hesitation, or rise with courage and purpose. The world is not changed by those who wait, but by those who step forward with faith, determination, and conviction. Each of us has the power to make a difference, to inspire change, and to live a life that truly matters. Let us not wait for another time, another person, or another opportunity. The time is now. The responsibility is ours. And the impact of our actions will reach beyond what we can see. Stand firm. Move forward and answer the call to action with boldness and unwavering faith.